The Reverend Jesse Jackson is advising Michael Jackson's family and plans to attend tomorrow's memorial. He is also in Los Angeles this morning. Reverend Jackson, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning to you.
Reverend, we are hearing that a private burial may take place as soon as today. Is that your understanding as well?
You know, I really don't know. There will be a private ceremony. This is a devoutly religious family, Jehovah's Witnesses, led by the matriarch of the family, Mrs. Catherine Jackson. And that will be, whenever it takes place, under the discipline of their religious order. And then, of course, there's the more public secular event here on Tuesday.
About that second event, the memorial service, can you enlighten us any more about who will be participating in that event? Anything you can tell us about the program itself?
Well, the entertainers of the world want to be a part of it. I mean, Stevie Wonder was very close to Michael, and Justin Timberlake, don't know what role Diana Ross may play. So there is this kind of excitement in the air. What's logistically potentially a nightmare is that 8,000 tickets and maybe 2 million people converging on LA at some level or another. So that's going to be a real big logistical nightmare. But let me say to you, I am so impressed. And I think a missed story is that here's 11 people, 9 children, the 4-room house in Gary, Indiana, under the discipline of a mother who is the seamstress and the cook and the religious leader, daddy who is a welder and a crane operator and the music teacher. Out of this situation comes this phenomenal world-class family. I think it's a great story.
A wonderful family, as you say, that is suffering right now the loss of their son or their brother, Michael Jackson. Last week, with regard to the investigation, you said the wound cannot heal until you get the glass out, referring to questions about how Michael Jackson died and why he died. Now we're hearing that 5 doctors may be under investigation. Does that only add to the family's suspicions and their doubts?
Well, certainly they've had very little time to mourn, though there's much grief in the household. There's the joy of the global response, kind of redemptive for Michael's musical career. But then the unanswered questions of the bizarre behavior of the doctor. Why didn't call their parents to say what happened in the last hours of your child's life? He didn't sign the death certificate, didn't talk with the coroner, was absent for a while, showed up with the lawyer, created suspicions, and now what was an inquiry is now, of course, a full-scale investigation. So these unanswered questions now about his business, about his children, the business of the matter is really overwhelming.
And we are hearing, NBC News is hearing that the family was so concerned about Michael that they had planned an intervention just a few weeks before his death. Do you know anything about that?
I didn't hear you.
We had heard, NBC News has learned that the family was so concerned about Michael Jackson that they ordered an intervention just a few weeks before his death. Do you know anything about that?
No, I have not.
You do not? All right. Reverend Jesse Jackson, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
And I will be at the Staples Center for live coverage of tomorrow's events that begins tomorrow on Today. Then at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific time, Brian Williams will host NBC's coverage of the memorial service.